What is going on, everybody? Hope you lot are well. Today, we are taking a first look at Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 Plus 4. We are playing on the Nintendo Switch 2. Full disclosure, code for the game was provided by the publisher, but please keep in mind it's not paid content and the publisher has no control over my critical opinion of the game. We're covering this on the 17th of December, 2025. So I believe this came out last week, as we do with all Switch 2 games. Talk about the download size because, you know, Switch 2 games are getting bigger and bigger. So this is a 40 gig download, 40. So it's pretty big. If you so there's a couple of interesting things with this. Oh, so I should mention this is the digital deluxe edition. So this is out on Switch 1, and there's an upgrade pack where you can upgrade it to the Switch 2 version. On Switch 1 is like 20 gig, and the big difference is obviously it runs at 60 FPS here, it runs at 30 FPS on Switch 1. We might do a separate video that I just put up to YouTube where I compare like both games, and also I compare Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 just to see what the Switch 2 upgrades are, so keep an eye out for that video. So yeah, what comes in the digital deluxe version? Obviously, you get early access, which doesn't really matter much now because the game's out. You get like the Doomslayer and Revenant um from, you know, the Doom games. Microsoft owns this now. You get those as extra characters. You get extra music, I believe, some from the Doom games, right? You get extra skate decks, and you get extra stuff for Create a Park. If you pre-ordered the game, you get like the wireframe mesh for Tony Hawk. And like the big changes with this game is they changed the way 4 plays. To make it play like 1, 2, and 3. Obviously, he's gonna be missing a lot of the music. We're gonna have stream mode on, so you're not gonna be able to hear the music. But like, you know, like a lot of the music is cut. I think only like 10-20% of the original music here. And again, I don't think that's the fault of the publisher. That's just music licensing, right? It sucks. A couple of other things to note is like when these games came out originally, they had loads of different versions with tie-ins and everything. So there might have been like 1 or 2 bonus levels here and there. From what I understand, those ain't in this. But on the flip side, this has like 3 brown new levels that they've added into Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. Anything else to mention? There is one other thing to mention that I don't know. It's a little bit weird. So how do we get into this? Okay, so people online have discovered that if you buy the digital deluxe version on Switch 1, you can upgrade it for free to the Switch 2 version by just logging. And I can attest to this because I should like note that Activision gave me Switch 1 code, but it was the digital deluxe version. And I was like, oh, let me test this out actually. So I booted it up on my Switch 2. I went to the store and it just basically had the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4, like the Switch 2 version, there available for me to download. But they haven't advertised this anywhere and they haven't told me anything about this. So people are like super confused. So if you buy the physical, that's not part of it. You don't get the option. Some people said if you buy the standard digital version, you get to do it also. But like there's some confusion over there for that. So we're not 100% sure. The other thing I will say, and the reason I didn't really want to talk about this here, because I don't know if this is a temporary offer. So when I went to the store, so I redeemed the code on my Switch 1, you know, was tested on Switch 1. Then I became aware of this and I was like, oh, okay, let me test it on Switch 2. When I went to redeem the offer, it said, "Oh, you have 1 day left to redeem the offer." It said, "Oh, expiring on 1 day," but that was for the standard version. So obviously, if you buy how it works is if you buy the digital deluxe edition, you get to see all the Switch 2 versions because they got a banner, right? So the deluxe edition didn't have a timer on it to say you've only got 1 day left to download it, but the standard edition said you had 1 day left, and the reason that is the standard edition is part of the digital deluxe edition. You see what I'm saying? Even though they're separate downloads. So like that's why I was like, oh, I was a little bit confused. I don't want to put out fake information out there because at the time when I did this, yes, I got the upgrade for free, but I don't understand why the standard edition said, oh, it had 1 day left. Does that mean this was a time offer? Like the pre-order content was a time offer? So I don't know. So like you would probably have to keep an eye on like forums and stuff and see if what happens like after the 19th of the 7th. See if anybody's downloaded it after the 19th of the 7th and see if they still get the free upgrade, because at the time of recording, yes, that was there, but I don't, why would Activision not promote this, you know? So yeah, let's get right into it. Let's get some like random technical information out of the way. How we do it, It's very similar to. This is very loud. Thank you very much. It's very similar to how Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 was. So they got both games in here. They've got a creator park in here. The big other difference is now this has crossplay between all the other platforms. So all the multiplayer stuff has crossplay now, which is great. But it's like very similar to how 1 plus 2 was. So, you know, you quickly go into options. I again turn streamer mode on. If we just go into the it's got voice chat, I disabled it. The Where's the track list edit? So this is what people will be. These are the deluxe edition tracks that you get. See, like it's got a couple from Mick Gordon. There is original tracks here if you turn streamer mode on by Logan Byers, but I was still a bit worried. One or two of these tracks are good, but like I don't know how long that license lasts, and so I just turned music off. And then if I quickly go through this, you can slow down the video because people who care about the music, you know, that happens with all these like remakes, right? That happen with the GTA collection. It's just, you know, music artists and publishers are like difficult to deal with, right? So they've added in a lot of new tracks here. So if you want to know what it is here, that's everything that is there. We go into gameplay options. If there's anything, these were inverted on by default. I turned them off. You obviously need a Activision account to play online. Obviously you can see the cross-play, cross-communication stuff there, and then also there's nothing in display options like, you know, like 60 FPS or performance mode or anything like that here. If we go into game modes, there's loads of assists here, so if you need some help, that's pretty good. Yeah, and that's about everything in the options. And then obviously you can check out your records and statistics there. You got your challenges that you can do and unlock for each game. Then you got the shop, which you can, you know, like you get in-game currency. You don't pay real money for this, and then you can unlock all kinds of other stuff. Like I said, there was extra here with the digital deluxe edition. I think the base game is 40 and the digital deluxe is 60. And from what I understand is it's the same price on Switch 1 and Switch 2. So they haven't put like a Switch 2 tax on there to make it more expensive, which is great. And then, you know, if we go to apparel here and Brits. Huh. I didn't know there was gonna be a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle here. Okay. And what else can I show you? Over here, you got your still like assign moves and everything here, and change out. Let me get points. How do I later? I don't want to be Tony. Boards, apparel. I have to go into career. Once I go into career, I can come back and edit it here. That's what it probably is. But then yeah, obviously you got your multiplayer. Oh, there's your characters. Who's gonna do that? Again, they retained all that effect that they did when 1 plus 2, right? That digital artifacting and everything. Here's the extra characters. Deluxe edition, there's a couple of unlocks. I should go slowly. Somebody. We're curious of what's here. I said something else there. Got Jeff Keighley on the mind, lol. Oh, so if we just show off the modes in multiplayer, you got competitive, you got Hawk, you got free skate, and then you could do local multiplayer. And like 2 minutes could be over local Wi-Fi. Not sure how they're gonna do that. And then if you go to create a park here, which we might mess about with at the end. Actually, let's have a quick look right away at the beginning. Unpublished, there's published. So the things that they've changed this time is, I think everything's unlocked from the start, and they got more pre-built stuff in here from the start compared to the last game. Also had the create a park.
Welcome! This is a sandbox for you to create and experiment to make your own skate park.
Okay.
We've got the basics and some awesome new tools to make the park special. When you've got something interesting, don't forget to share it. I can't wait to see what you come up with.
Welcome to Create a Park. There are a ton of skatable pieces for you to place and snap together. Don't forget to pay attention to the bottom left for hints. Good luck. Okay. Go back, rotate, elevate. Sure, we'll place a pond there. Idea what that is. This is a smart piece. Smart pieces can be edited, placed together. Okay. We remember this from the last game. Look what I've created. It's beautiful. No, that's what I want to do. I want to place. The gold piece, got it. All right, let's just test how to snap together, edit, play hints, gate. So press minus and ZR. Let's go. Uh-oh, that's not gonna be good. That's not gonna be good. Right, Clever Clogs, how you gonna get into the pool? Hold. We're gonna figure this out. That's how we're gonna get into the pool. That's why I'm a professional gamer, everybody. All right, you get the idea, and then from there, you know, you can publish and that. Save, edit details, edit, publish, take screenshot, save and quit. Yeah. So again, for anybody who's good at creating parks, you're gonna love that. I messed around with it a little bit in the first game, but it was just cool that it was there by default. Now that all the crossplay stuff is there, I wonder if it's going to be way more useful, right? So that's Create a Park, showed you multiplayer, and then if we just go into the meat and potatoes of it, you know, We add custom tricks already. Los Angeles, hometown, stance, regular. Okay. Oh, that's okay. No, I don't want to create a scare. I want to use Tony. So you can, you could do free skate from here. You could do single session for high scores, speed runs. You could do some tutorials. You unlock movies and stuff. You just go free skate. You could just, select which parks you want from first game, second game, and then you create a park. Single session, same for high score. So let's play over like an hour and a bit of each game, just to see what's there, and then we'll add it as short highlights in the YouTube video. Actually, let me go here and let me see. The new tracks were movie studio, water park, and pinball. The movie studio, water park, there and there. I think the last one is like late game unlock. Okay. I heard a lot of people say this is the best Tony Hawk level. I don't know. I prefer the first Tony Hawk level from the first game. That's my personal preference as my favorite level. But a lot of people like go crazy over this level. All right, we got it. Loads of stuff too. Got it. Wait, ooh, that wasn't frame me. What's going on there? That was not 60. Hold. I want to go back and test that now. What was that? That is just loading in stuff, or? Okay, that's okay. Maybe it was just loading in. It's gonna drop. Yeah. I forgot we had a timer. We getting there? Where's the... Rest of the letters.
Oh. Show me your stuff.
Guess this is why they pay me the big bucks.
I guess so. Wait, is that a vase? I don't know. Enough with the us, Tony. India over the half pipe soak. Soak the foreman. Alright, let's go. Okay. Okay. You're welcome, Canada. I know. Beautiful voice.
Oops, sorry, it slipped. You couldn't hit the broadside of it. Whoa! I could do this all day.
I mean, it would be nice if it would have spawned me up there, but whatever.
Oh, wanna play ball? This isn't funny anymore. Oh, if I'm not careful, I might hit you. Missed me. Ow.
He is on the.
Ready to shoot.
The wind up and the pick. How many snowballs did you make, eh?
Oh, there it is. Right. Right. Kicking it.
What you got?
Okay, L. L. All right.
Hey!
What you got?
This the one we did real one?
What's the move?
What does it look like I'm doing?
Come on, pro skater. Let's see you go.
All right, am I missing anything on this level?
Show us what you got.
Don't put that kind of pressure on me. All right, let's select another level. I mean, loading times could be a little bit faster. Level looks. It's not creepy at all. We're stuck. Wait, I wonder if you can get onto the top. Maybe too far over there. Alright, that's what we're here for. Cool places to do tricks here, though. Missed it. Again? Tony, man. Oh, yo, what's up there? This is a cool level. Get your eye Los Angeles, Tokyo airport. This one that goes like just downhill.
Yeah! How dare you!
Dude, the fuzz is not playing around. Security out here. Clotheslining me like it's a wrestling game.
Parked on the tarmac.
Slow down!
Please move your vehicle immediately. Flight 666 to Las Vegas is departing now from Gate 1.
Whoa.
Flight 62 to Hollywood is departing in 10 minutes from Gate 15. Now boarding booth E through M. Budget Barnstorm Club members and some standby passengers. Flight 022 to Chicago has moved from Gate 05 to Gate 15.
Ow.
All right, let's quick look at airport. Right, I think that's enough of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3. Let's play a bit of 4. Because that's the one that they made the most changes with, right? Changing how like the mission structure and everything works, and also 3 new levels. So let's spend a bit of time with that and see what's going on with it. All right, let's start with college. Again, load times could be a little bit better. I think it's a tad bit long. Yeah, this is doing the same thing. When the level loads in, it's a little bit stuttery and then it speeds itself up. Is gunners here? Don't fall down, Tony.
Can I see that skateboard?
No.
My dad spent a lot of money on this.
Maybe because I'm using the analog stick, down R is not consistent on. Right, revenge. For both or just one? Okay, so this was the level where it did the tutorial on. Uh-oh. No. I gotta learn to press bail way quicker. Right, this level's way better than college, man. I was not feeling college at all. Where was that grass area?
Okay, hold tight and I'll show you the sights, not just the famous and popular sights you might have seen on television or...
Oh, that's a rip.
Got a ticket? No matter, hang on to the tram. Tour started.
Wonder if you can go into that building. All right, let's have a look at those new levels that they introduced. So it was movie studio and water park, and then one of them locked. Like they've added a timer and the way you get everything, and I don't. From what I understand, the timer wasn't there originally in 4. Okay, that's trippy. Wait, this reminds me of a. That's gonna work. Something happened there. Sorry about that. Somebody slammed the door. Apologies. No respect for the stream. I mean, the level does look nice. I just don't know if I'm feeling the design ethos of the levels in 4, you know? Like, these are levels I feel like I would rather explore than have 2-minute timer. But then that's how they obviously not this level is a new level, but that's how they were originally designed, right? Also, yeah, I don't understand how people are saying, oh yeah, the performance is like smooth. Like loading times there's issues, and I'm pretty sure we're getting frame drops. I have to put it through a frame rate tester tool that I have. Like, be 100% sure. It could just be, you know, camera jitter. Oh, I thought we would have had way more than that. A lot of boards here. Checks. Oops. Some Yeah, the loading times are a little bit weird. Like the way stuff takes time to load in, and the loading times for levels. And again, it's like even when it's on the Switch 2, the Switch 2 like hard drive and loading technology is like that of next gen, right? Um, so it shouldn't be that long. I wonder how much effort and time they put into like making this a true Switch 2 version. It wasn't just like, up the resolution and 60 FPS. Why didn't I do? Why? Okay, we gotta do it. We gotta do a level now with that. Hold on. Like maybe you like 4 if you're very good at like holding combos, not just off of ramps, right? Like when you're when you're transitioning, like you're doing this in between. I've seen some pro level players at Tony Hawk, and that's what they do, right? They can hold their combo. Maybe this game's like built for that, right? Where 1 to 3 felt very ramp based, if that makes more sense. So your skill level didn't have to be as high. I mean, for me personally, anyway. I don't even think this is deluxe edition. This is pre-order, right? This skin. Oh, Big Ben out here. Ben, give me more time to explore. I think we're ready to give some final thoughts like this. I did a bit of training, showed off the different modes, showed off the park builder. We played quite a bit of 3, and then we played a little bit of 4. Checked out those new levels. I'll probably add that all into the YouTube video, so it's easier for everybody to watch, so you can get a flavor for both. So let's start off with performance first of all. So it seems to be running at 60. I feel like there is drops. I've heard people say there's not, and it's stable, but especially when you load into the levels, there's definitely drops for the first couple of seconds when you load into the levels, but then those clear out. Loading is not the quickest. And again, I know Switch 2, but this is meant to be operating on like next gen tech for like loading times, right? It's meant to be PS5 and Xbox Series comparable because of the loading speed. I mean, not PS5, but but like if you like take for example here, like even when you're loading in boards and everything loads in, it's just a little bit slow, that, and then loading into the levels is a little bit slow as well. So it's nice that it's 60, but this doesn't feel like a fully fledged Switch 2 game, It seems like more like, oh, they up the resolution and textures, and is like twice the file size, and they unlock frame rate. That's how they got it working on Switch 2. It doesn't feel like a ground up Switch 2 port. Like again, maybe that's why the price of both versions of Switch 1, Switch 2 version is the same. But like generally it runs fine again. But like, it's the month of we're covering Switch 2. So I'm just curious for the big improvement. So, maybe I'm being a bit too nitpicky here, but like, that's what we're here for really. Speaking of the game, Tony Hawk 3 still holds up. It's great. I like the level design and everything in it. I had a lot of fun with that. If we go on to like the bigger topic of like what they changed with 4 and adding the timer and everything, like I was having a difficult time with 4. It just could be because I'm bad at the game, but like 1, 2, and 3 played a certain way, right? And 4, like the ways the levels were designed, it feels like if they what's the best way to explain this, like for them to make it to play like free timer wise and everything, it just feels like it doesn't suit it. I guess you could go into options and turn some of those settings off, but I don't know if I like the change consistency wise, because it all plays the same. Sure, it might be fine, but then underneath the levels were still designed in a way, right, where I don't know if that's a good change. The new levels that they've made, those are pretty good. Those fit in perfectly well. One of them looks very nice. I think the water park level. It's nice to see some of that new content here. I mean, I'm not like I played up to the first couple of games, so I'm not the biggest expert on 4, right? So maybe let me know in the comments if you preferred 4 the way it originally was and you don't like the changes. It's nice to see loads of extra content here. Again, it's a shame about the music, but I don't know how much I can blame the publisher for that, because as we've seen with loads of other remasters and remakes, music, especially when it's owned by the music industry, is so hard and difficult to deal with, right? So music was such an important part of these games. A lot of people are going to be bummed by that, and I guess there might be a bigger conversation to be had, like what, just throw money at them, and I'm sure they can make it work. But then how profitable would it be for the company for them to do that? So but yeah, I saw some numbers going around that it's like 10-20% of the original music there, and the rest of it is new. So that's a bit of a shame. But all in all, I still think this is a good value for money. There's a lot of game here, right? Both games, like it's not got that Switch 2 tax. There is an upgrade option, so that's pretty nice as well. So yeah, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. You looking to pick this up? Do you prefer the first collection? Are you annoyed at those changes with the 4? I would love to hear what you think. Other than that, don't forget to follow and subscribe depending on the platforms you're watching. Turn those notification bells on so you do know when new videos drop. Don't forget to go check out all those other Switch 2 videos we got up on the channel. Be nothing but Switch 2 content over the last month. So if you are interested, other than that, though, I think we're gonna call it this one. Thanks for tuning in. Much love. Peace.